Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we made it up to Diamond Rank, so super excited to show you all the tips and tricks that you're going to need to know as we kind of go through the middle part of the season. We got some really big choices to make, and it's going to be pretty interesting. So guys, if you haven't already, I do appreciate it if you throw in that code CHICKEN in the shop. Also, do me a favor, make sure to subscribe to the channel and post on Warships each and every single day. If you didn't know about it by now, then not sure what you're doing, but let's get into it. So here's where we're at. So we made it up to Diamond. Excuse me. I think the highest we got to was like we were top 250 at some point in there, which was pretty cool. But yeah, we got some big tech choices to make. So let's start with that. So the biggest thing that we have to decide for, and we're going to do that right now, is do we want to get shock mines and rocket launchers, or do we want to get DBD, or do we want to go 5? They're all really good options. So what I would recommend, if you guys don't have a lot of tokens, just going straight to DBD and then going to 5 is pretty solid. It's also going to open a lot of stuff for you on offense. Boom cannons are going to be huge to slow down the rocket choppers, which are becoming a problem as soon as we see artillery. Shock bombs, we can have all the rockets in the world. The rocket choppers are going to be able to just simply rush through the base without any issues. So that's something we're going to have to defend against very soon. But for me, I've kind of made a decision that I'm not going to be, most likely not going to be going 70R this season. We're probably going to stay as a dirty 6. So in doing that, I think what makes the most sense is to grab ourselves some rocket launchers. Excuse me. Instead of the rocket choppers and the DBDs. So let's go ahead. We're going this way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to upgrade the shock mines just yet, even though they're fairly cheap, just because I want to make sure that we're putting all of our tokens into rocket launchers as soon as we can. If we're able to stay in Diamond, that is going to allow us 600, 900, it's like 3.7 million tokens to max out your rocket launchers. So actually we're going to be another probably full day before we get through to that, I think. Trying to do the math on the fly, but either way, that's where we're going next. But yeah, so there's 3 options in there: the rockets, the DBD. Obviously everybody has to get the 2 shock launchers. Especially if you're not there yet. That's kind of like your maintenance tech at this point. You're not really going to be able to push ahead if you don't have 4 shock launchers. So make sure you grab those. And then basically what we want to do after that, we want to get through 5, maybe grab boom cannons, and then we're going straight to 6 and then straight to heavy choppers. We have building health way down over here beside the Scorchers, which is going to be interesting. So yeah, we'll see. This leg right here of the tech tree with Rifleman, that's going to be really good for Kavan. So maybe we'll go there at some point. And we don't have barrage until basically 70 hours. So yeah, barrage and artillery go together. Artillery is still going to be very good, especially for the rocket chopper players, like we were just talking about. But yeah. All right, so let's go over the attack. So we lost the last few, but we're still getting pretty solid times, other than that when we fizzled, and that was not a good time. I think that was a 5, but let's go over our best time was against Mr. Ronan here. So this is a 5 ER, so let's just go over quickly kind of how we attack these ones. So you see right there on the landing, I find this is the fastest way to go through them. And, honestly, we probably could have used Brick here in battle orders, but I used Kavan just to kind of play it safe. We ended up getting a pretty, the base is fairly naked, right? It doesn't have shocks, doesn't have rockets, so we can just kind of run through it. But you see, I think the drop is going to remain somewhat the same. So I go 1 heavy, 2 bombers on the left, 2 heavies, 3 bombers, and Kavan on the right. And then you see we're just essentially free clearing. We want to meet in the middle at some point, and from there, we want to be able to flare the last engine. So basically, as soon as that engine goes down on the right, and we've taken a couple defenses out of the picture, then we can just simply flare right from that, and we just got to watch out for the shock mines. That's going to be the biggest thing. All right, let's see. Now this attack was actually fine. I believe this guy, he had max rockets. So even though we lost this one, it still kind of felt like a win because we got 214 and we fully cleared him. So I think the hit was somewhat solid. So so here's what we do. You see, we're delaying a couple boats there for the left and the right. And I opted for, since this guy had the maxed rockets, right? That's what we were really playing against on this base. So I went 5-3, and that actually ended up working out really well. Just to have those extra boats of heavies to come in on the side. And then you can see right in the middle, we're just going to keep using second wind, refilling those troops right up the gut. And then we have our heavies over on the side to distract the rockets and simply do a little bit more damage. We kind of got caught on that left side. I think we could have had a much faster attack if a couple of bombardiers made it their way over on the left, but either way, it didn't happen. So yeah, and then from here, we're just simply flaring. Once we've got most of this back stuff cleared out, I was sure that we won this one because I didn't think anybody was getting really good times against the max rocket base, but here we are. So then what else do we have? Let's show you a regular one. Let's show you a regular one here. So this is just the typical 4 shock launcher grappler, 4-yard base hit that we want to do. So yeah, the way I like to run it is depending on the layout, which the layouts kind of end up being pretty similar. Like everyone's got the 4 shocks at the back. It's either the middle's clustered or the back's clustered or something like that. What I like to do is just delay drop 1 boat of heavies and 1 boat of bombers. And this one we ended up throwing them pretty well all together, just a slight delay on that left side, just to make sure that they don't all bunch up and we're able to attack the base from, from the middle and then a little bit from the right and then also from the left without having everyone totally clumped in together. So the grappler's actually going to do a good job of distracting some of those other shock launchers. We'll put it into 2 times here. And then Cavandi's simply just going to regen the troops. Cavan is such a savior, man. I'm so glad that I picked him up. If you guys have not got the good doctor yet, I would highly recommend doing that if you're having a tough time with these bases. Or if you don't plan on using rocket choppers, Cavan is he's going to be a really good pickup. The thing with Cavan is he's going to be great right now. He'll be kind of meh in the middle, and it'll be great by the time we start using heavy choppers and bombardiers towards the end of the season as well. So a couple different options depending on where you're at. I just crashed the game on myself. But yeah, so that's where we're at for right now, guys. We got ourselves some big wins into Diamond. Wanted to make sure that I covered everything. The base is fine. It's, it's not really the base layouts at this point because they're all pretty well the same at 4 engines. But yeah, we're gonna grab ourselves some rocket launchers fairly soon, and hopefully that can just keep us in Diamond, because that's all we're trying to do right now is just maintain the Diamond rank. So hope that helps you guys out. Let me know where you guys are at down below in the comment section. If you're going to 5, if you're staying in 4, if you're already at 6, if you're at 7, probably unlikely, but let me know down below in the comments, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. We'll catch you next one. Chicken out. Bear.